Y'all, we're going to open the annual state meeting. Oh, by the way, let me introduce myself. I'm Kim Conroe. I'm a past president. And Ricky told me that I get the privilege today of introducing our song and starting our annual meeting with our song. Yeah. The song is to the tune of the Yellow Rose of Texas.
The native plants of Texas are the only plants for me.
Sing
They
along.
grow high up in the mountains, cross the plains down to the sea. From Red River to the Rio Grande, Big Bend to the Gulf of Mexico. The native plants of Texas are the best plants you will know. Blue bonnets on the roadsides, bursting into blooms of blue and bold. Indian blankets, Mexican hats, turn that blue to red and gold. There's a rainbow of colors in biodiversity, and the native plants of Texas are the best for you and me.
I'll need to do better after the bridge, okay? It's the long one.
The native plants of Texas are the only plants for me. They grow high up in the mountains, cross the plains and down the sea. From Red River to the Rio Grande, Big Bend to the Gulf of Mexico. The native plants of Texas are the best plants you will know. The native plants of Texas are the only plants I'll grow.
Okay, I guess we've got to establish. All right, we need to establish that we have a quorum, which I believe we would. There's the minutes. Read them at your leisure. Hopefully.
After
All right, any corrections, additions to the minutes? If not, they're going. Yes. Motion's been made to approve the minutes. We got a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, do the same. Okay, minutes are approved. Dee Dee Wright, where are you at? Right here. Dee Dee's got 1 minute. Y'all put her on the clock.
This is kind of a note of privilege. It seems that as we've grown, and we have grown a lot, we should be getting more influence. And one of the ways you do it is by branding yourself. And I can thank Kim Conroe for what she did as she was president, that if you were going to do a presentation or if you wrote an article, you would identify yourself as a member of the Native Plant Society of Texas. You didn't lead with, I'm a master gardener, I'm a master naturalist, and then, oh, by the way, I'm also in the Native Plant Society. Because as long as we behave that way, that's what we're going to be thought of. Oh, by the way, we've got this plant society. So I do know when Kim was president, it was decreed that if you produced a handout or a program or whatever, you would use our logo. And I think that's kind of fallen by the wayside. So it's just an appeal to be proud of our organization. We've done a lot, and we need to toot our own horn because nobody else is going to toot it for us. So please identify yourself as a member of NPSOT and use that logo to show where all this information is coming from.
Thank you very much. Ms. LeBlanc is going to give us our treasurer's report.
Be the next slide. Next slide. There we go. Okay, so these are the financials for the last 12 months for the total of the society. And I'm just going to kind of talk around the clock, starting at 12 o'clock. The first slice is the fundraising and membership income, which is kind of our sustaining annual income for state operations. The next big giant orange one is income from grants and donations. It's particularly large this year because the Rio Grande Valley got a huge grant to do their nature center down there. Over to the green side, in green is income from plant sales, which is the major fundraiser and income source for our chapters. And then the blue is income from registrations, like the symposia that you're attending today, or the Native Landscape Certification Program. And then at the very top, the slice is the purple is the income from our endowment, and those funds are targeted for scholarships. Next slide, please. This slide shows our expenses and where the money goes out. So the first one, again, starting at 12 o'clock. The first big one in that, I guess that's a blue-gray, is expenses for education. And once again, that's a very larger slice than normal because Rio Grande Valley's been spending all that money that they got in from grants to build that nature center. The bottom in orange is outreach. That's state and chapter events in our publications. And then again, over in the green is the spending for plant sales. So, chapters buy the materials and they buy the plants to sell. So there's an expense along with that income. And then the blue is the administrative cost. So you can see in general, the blue slice is relatively small. A lot of the spending is for other activities that are really related to our mission, but we do have to have administrative costs, things like salaries and Zoom costs and website and things like that. And then the purple at the top is the spending for membership. So once again, there's some staffing involved with managing all the membership costs. Next slide, please. Last one is cash. I know the numbers are really tiny, but chapter funds, over $500,000. Again, that's higher than normal because of that Rio Grande Valley. He's kind of skewed the numbers throughout, but it's still generally over 300,000 across all of our chapters, the cash they have in their bank accounts that they can spend on the mission. And the orange is money that's targeted for our academic scholarships. So we've been very fortunate to have a big endowment and some other funds that have been donated for our scholarship programs. And then the green on the left-hand side again, those are funds in the state checking and savings. So the general message here is the society is very healthy. We've got a good cash balances. We can reinvest those in programs. And that's the end of my financial presentation. Next. Me? Okay. Oh. You want me to go up on stage? You want to do your own? Sure. What do I do? The little right button. The right. Okay. Okay.
Okay, first of all, hope everyone's having a great day so far. And as you're enjoying your delicious lunch, I wanted to thank our sponsor, HEB, Our Texas, Our Future, for providing our lunches for us today and the donuts and all those goodies. So thank you. Okay. I'm the low-tech person of this group, so hopefully all of those guys back there can make it work for me. And there, I see. Okay. This is a graphic of our society governance model. As you can see, we are a state organization. We have 3 levels of voting directors in the organization. There's the executive committee, some of the members that are up here speaking with me today, standing committee chairs, and we'll go through those slides. You'll see them individually. And then every chapter president is also a state board director and has a vote on our state board. And you can see the flow there. As Kim says, there's some arrows indicating it, but it's really a very complex and, as you know, kind of free-form communications web that we go through here. So I see. Okay. We do have some outgoing executive board officers. Would like to thank them for their service this year. Kim Conroe, who led you in that song so beautifully, has stepped off the board. Yes, exactly. Where is Kim? Now I can't see her. She served as our VP of Administration most recently, and of course was president and past president as well. You're always a past president, right? Ted Eubanks is stepping down as our VP of Advocacy and Affiliations, and Linda Knowles will be moving off the board as immediate past president. Yay, thank you all. And our continuing officers, including myself, I'm Laura Leggett, and I'll be the president after Ricky hands me a gavel or something like that. And I am with the Hill Country chapter. We cover Hayes County, and I live between Wimberley and San Marcos. Yes, there's quite a good representation of our chapter today. Ricky Lennox, who's done such a great job these last 2 years leading our state organization. And I don't have as good an accent as Ricky, and so it won't be as fun, but he'll be now immediate past president. So thank you, Ricky, for all you've done these 2 years. And he'll have more time to do what he really loves to do, which is go out on the road and talk to people about riparian restorations and grasses and all that kind of stuff. So you'll probably see him out there. At the okay. And now Meade, she just can't give up this fun. So she is going to take over the role as VP chapter liaison. And we're really excited to have her in that position. I think she's already been working with a lot of y'all on getting out information about the chapter leader handbook. And she started a couple of chapters already. And I think she's going to do a really great job and you know, create a communication channel between the chapters and the state, because we need to know what y'all are doing out there on the ground, literally and figuratively. You know, there's so many great ideas out in the chapter, and we're a volunteer-based organization, so that's where it all happens. So get to know Meade as VP of Chapter Liaison. And Amy Birdwell is continuing as VP of Education. Amy, wave over there. And Amy, so under her committee or vice presidency, she covers the Native Landscape Certification Program and our native plants in schools. And then the biggest task I think is administering our grants and scholarships for the organization, which is such an important aspect of our outreach. And as we know, we need the education, you know, we need to keep young people at the college and graduate level interested. You don't have to be young necessarily, actually. If you want to go back and get a graduate degree, we could give you some grant money. So thank you, Amy. And continuing on as VP Communications, Haley Giambalvo, who we've all gotten to know very well. She's she and her team, including Robert from the Rio Grande Valley, doing social media, have just really done a great job of just, I'll say, modernizing and really getting our brand out there to the public through social media, some new email initiatives. So thank you, Haley, for everything you do, including fantastic Canva design for all our slides. And we have some new members joining the board right now. We have Rachel Wood. Stand up, Rachel, there. Who is joining us as VP Administration, which is a very important job for our, you know, the governance aspect of the society, taking minutes at all the monthly executive committee meetings, all the work that goes into planning a state board meeting. So if you have any questions about those sorts of things, reach out to Rachel and she can help you out. And we appreciate you joining the board. And remind me of your chapter. North Central. She's with the North Central chapter. So welcome. Thank you. And then is Tom here today? I haven't seen him. I don't think he's here today. Tom Locke I think he's with the New Braunfels chapter, and he has stepped onto the board as VP Finance. So Meade's been doing a great job of giving him some training to get ready in that role. So we thank him for that work. And if you're so inclined, we have 2 open positions. President-elect, you could be next, standing up here, sitting on the row up here. So we're working to fill that position before our state board meeting in November. And then the VP Advocacy and Affiliations position, which if you're interested in, our external facing role and how we collaborate with other organizations, this might be a role for you. So think about that. Oops. Okay. And these are I won't read all these names, but as we said, each chapter president is a voting officer of the state board, and your chapter president is elected by the chapter members. So we have 36 active chapters right now. Is that right? I think that's correct. So thank you, chapter presidents, for all you do. Thank you. All right. And we're going to talk about these committees in a little more depth. We have standing committees are also voting members of the state board. And there's the list there: audit, bring back the monarchs to Texas, contests and NLCP, the I-35 way stations, invasive plant committee, nice native plant partners, and the speakers bureau. So if any of y'all are here today, if you just stand up and wave a little bit. I know Betsy's here. Betsy, Carol Clark with Bring Back the Monarchs. Leah's here. I know she's here somewhere. Leah with invasive plants. Okay. All right, we'll go on to the next. So thank you all for your service. These are important outreach committees in our organization, and we appreciate you taking the time to fill that role. And our next state board meeting, save the date, November 1st, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It is a Zoom meeting. Meg will send out the invitation, 2 weeks before? Tomorrow? Okay. Anyway, mark your calendars. It is important to come. All voting members are expected to attend the quarterly meetings, and all members are welcome to attend the meetings. And you get your picture taken. Or you can leave your camera off if you want. And last but not least, we do have a great amount of resources available to chapters and members on our website. In the membership portal, I think you can kind of see it's on the home page up in the right-hand corner. You click on that. If you are a member, you already have a login. Yeah, so you have that. Well, you had to use it to register for this, I think. So there, key documents, and if you look there in the member and chapter resources, key documents just has a vast array of information. So if you have a question, start here first, and then if you still can't find it, obviously reach out to your chapter president, chapter liaison, but we really have got it pretty well covered online there. So lots of great information there. And yeah, planning development. I'm getting the word that I'm talking too much, I think. Okay. So we do have a strategic plan framework in place. And that was under Meg's development. And then we also have another great annual report. Haley Giambalvo did a lot of the visual aspect on that, and the team members here that helped with that content as well. So it is available digitally online. So check it out on I think it's on the homepage. Yeah, okay. And again, this was the subcommittee that worked on that. We do have a strategic framework in place to help us evaluate opportunities. Our staff is here. I think, no, Craig's not here. Craig Coulter with membership coordinator. He handles all your dues payments and renewals and all that kind of stuff, shipping things out to people. So very integral part of the team. Linda Foss is here. I know she is. She is the NLCP coordinator. So if you host NLCP classes, you know Linda. Renata is our tech coordinator. Yay, there's Renata. She's our tech coordinator and has really worked wonders on getting us ready for the symposium today. And our newest staff member, Kara Givens. I think she might be out in another. Oh, there she is, Kara. Welcome, Kara. She's a new part-time admin assistant, and she lives in Big Bend. So you have someone to visit in Big Bend. All right. I think Haley's up next. Yes. So if you're interested in volunteering for a committee, reach out to one of the chair people, or just you can email me as well. And we need all your help. So thank you. Yes. I'm sorry. Can you stand up and? Yes, yes, we will. Yeah, before we break up, we will.
All right, everybody. Speaking of help needed, we have some amazing committees that are always looking for more members. So I'm going to talk a little bit about them. And maybe you'll find one that interests you and you can reach out to the chair and offer to help out. Let's see. I'm going to first talk about our communications team. So that's the team that I help lead, and I am excited to work with a really great group of people. So I'm just going to highlight what each of them do. So we've got Craig Dalton. If you want to wave when I say your name, please do. But Craig is our webmaster extraordinaire. I am just so impressed with what Craig has done with the website. I think it's the best Native Plant Society website in the entire country. It is chock full of information. Our new plant database that was built along with Claire Sorensen is just like such a gem of information. So it's paying off because we keep getting record views every month, and we've had over 1 million views on our website to date. And this last in April was our highest traffic month ever since we started really kind of tracking traffic. So it's very cool. We've got our YouTube channel that Bill Hopkins keeps updated. We've got just a wealth of videos there. You can learn about pretty much any topic you want. We've got over 190 videos, so check that out. And then all of our social media, I keep skipping. So Robert Gatan is in the room. He is amazing. He's our Facebook and Instagram person, and he has done just some amazing things this year with his Plant of the Week series. It's been really popular. He puts a lot of effort into that. Some of them have gone viral. So it's really fun to work with Robert because he's very creative and very good at managing our social media. And then we have a new member, Peggy Hamilton, who I do not believe is here this weekend, but she's based in Austin, and she is helping us really start to build more of a presence on LinkedIn. We've had a page, but it was kind of dormant. And so we're really trying to post more kind of professional content on there, and we're growing that audience as well. All right, let's see. And then our other communications, we've got our beautiful magazine that Lindsay Townsend and Tanya Davison work on every quarter. And who loves that magazine? I think it's just gorgeous. Yes, so good. So thank you to them. Lindsay's actually finishing up at the end of the year, and we are getting a new editor to come on board. So stay tuned for more details on that, but we're excited to keep that going. And then we have our new member email newsletter that Leah Finley is writing, and it's just a lot of fun. Leah, do you want to stand up? She's doing a great job with that, and I know people are really enjoying learning about a different ecoregion every time. So those are some fun things that we're working on. Let's see here. All right, I'll talk a little bit about our Native Landscape Certification Program. So as you know, these are our series of classes, and we've had over 1,800 students registered to date, 23 classes going on right now this fall. And we've got some new chapters that are starting to offer classes. This is really exciting. A couple chapters are paired together to offer those. Bastrop County, La Bahia, Galveston County, Tyler, and Lakes and Pines are all doing some of their first classes. So congratulations to those chapters. And the photo here is from the San Antonio chapter that hosted the first ever level 1 in Spanish this past spring. So very exciting. Couple other announcements. You may not be aware of it because we haven't done a whole lot of promoting it yet, but we've got a new directory on our website that is for NLCP certified service providers. So these are landscape professionals, designers, consultants that can help anyone in the public that want help with their native plant gardens. So It's a resource that the San Antonio chapter first started for our local members, and now we're bringing it to the state level. So that's exciting to have, because I know I get asked all the time, like, who's a landscaper that uses native plants that you know? And so this is a place you can go to find some good people across the state. And to help those landscapers promote their businesses, we now offer badges. So if you complete our classes and become certified, you can use a badge on your marketing materials and your social media. All right. This is a steering committee here. Oh, goodness, I keep double clicking. Sorry about that. Led by Linda Foss, the coordinator of NLCP, and Bill Hopkins, the chair. So they've got a lot of great people working on our program. All right, talk about Bring Back the Monarchs to Texas, BBMT. This is a program led by Carol Clark, and she's got a great committee there, but I'm sure they're always looking for additional help if you're interested. But they do a lot of great work getting money into the communities to support pollinator gardens that use native plants. So this past year was their biggest grant year ever. They gave over $37,000 to 64 different winners. So talk about a cool impact. So congrats to them. And Carol has also been helping kind of teach the teacher trainer workshops to get over 350 people ready to go out and do quick talks on monarchs and the migration. So I attended her training. That was really helpful and interesting. So she's doing a lot of neat stuff with monarchs. Another way that we're educating the public about monarchs is our I-35 way stations. So like it says here, what makes a way station a little different is you have a captive audience of weary travelers to look at the gardens while they're on their rest break, and they also use that as an opportunity to do some outreach tables. They're located on I-35 here in, let's see, Hillsborough and Bell County, just south of Salado. Okay, thank you. So here's some pictures of them maintaining the gardens and interacting with the public, and they're always looking for people helping out. It says they meet the Hill Country one at the third Saturday, southbound. In Bell County, it's the second Saturday. So if you're interested, let Tom Olson is the chair. Let him know. Let's see. Tom, are you in the room? He's probably out at a table, okay. And then the Native Plants in Schools Committee. I'm the chair of this committee, and we've got a great group working on a couple cool programs. This is a new one that's a pilot program that we're doing for this school year. We were lucky to receive a grant from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation to help us install pocket prairies at 6 different Texas elementary schools this year. So yeah, it's exciting. We're kind of figuring it out as we go, but we've got volunteers at 6 different spots around Texas from our society. So we found a leader from the Native Plant Society that's kind of spearheading it with their local school. And you can see the schools listed here that we are partnering with. And we're developing some educational materials for the students. So I think it's going to be a really fun program. Here's our committee member list. We've got a great committee, but if you're an educator or interested in working with kids and you want to join us, we'd love to have you for sure. You've probably heard of our Force of Nature middle school research competition. So this is our 2nd year. The class pictured here is the team that won last year with their project looking at different ways to germinate milkweed seeds. And we just closed up our registration window for this year, and we have, I think, 21 schools or teams competing. So it'll be fun to see what they come up with this year. Yay, yay. Laura, do you want me to keep going or do you want to hand? Okay. Oh, I know Darcy from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation is here. Darcy Bontempo, thank you. Darcy's been working a lot with us on the Pocket Prairie program. It's been great. We appreciate you, Darcy. Thank you. So then we've got our nice native plant nursery partners. There's a new chair of this program, Amy Monroy. I don't know if Amy's here this weekend. Oh, hey, hello, Amy. She's over in the corner by the... and that continues to grow. There's now 23 chapters with a nice program and 89 nursery partners that you can find on our directory on our website if you're looking for nurseries that sell native plants near you. And then the NICE program supports the nurseries by offering some information materials, some new rack cards that are available this year. They often partner on like a plant of the month or an outreach table or a demo garden at the nursery just to kind of educate their customers about native plants that are the best for their particular ecoregion. And then we also have an invasive plant committee that is led by Leah Adrian, and they have a lot of great information on our website as well. We have an invasive plant database, so if you're interested in learning about certain invasive plants like those elephant ears that Ricky mentioned earlier, I bet they're on the invasive plant database. It's very kind of similar to our native plant database in that you can search it and do a little bit of filtering there as well to find certain plants. So check out that resource. And then we have a speakers bureau. So that's another great resource that we have online. We have a list of a bunch of speakers that are part of the society that are willing to go to the community and give a talk on different subjects. And they kind of have a little description of what their presentation is about. So if you're looking for a speaker, make sure you check that out and take advantage of that. And if you are a speaker, if you have a presentation that you've given or would like to give, reach out to Esmeralda Fisher. I don't know if Esmeralda's here, but she is the head of the Speakers Bureau, and I know she's always looking for more speakers. All right, lastly, our grants and scholarships program. Amy Birdwell, our VP of Education, runs that and has a committee to help her with those scholarships. And we've got one of them that's open right now for applications. It's the Ann Miller Gonzalez Graduate Research Grant. So this is for graduate students that are interested in studying native plants or native plant habitats. And there's a couple more weeks before the applications close. So if you know of any grad students that might be interested, please do encourage them to apply. We also have the Kate Hillhouse Scholarship for undergrad students that are interested in a career related to Texas native plants. And those are our two 2025 recipients there. The Dr. Alfred Richardson Scholarship. So this is a scholarship that awards $5,000 per semester up to 4 semesters for a student who wants to pursue a career in Texas native plants. Yes. Oh, one of the recipients is here. Arnon, are you here? One of our 2025 recipients? He was? Oh, well, we should give him a round of applause even if he's not in the room. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, and before I go on to Texas Native Plant Week, so the scholarship program, the Bring Back the Monarchs to Texas program, those are all programs that rely on funding. And so if you are doing year-end giving and you want to donate to any of our programs, just, you can go on the website and actually specifically donate to one of those. So just a reminder that they always appreciate donations to help fund more scholarships and more grants. And then pretty soon, in a couple weeks, we have the Texas Native Plant Week. That is October 19th through the 25th. And it's an exciting month, October, for native plants. We've got a lot of things going on. But Texas Native Plant Week, something fun that Laura Zarate has spearheaded is the hashtag campaign. So every day of the week, it's a new theme related to native plants, and we will be posting about the theme on the state page, and we encourage you to post about them each day at your chapter level as well to help spread the word about native plants. All right, Ricky.
Thank you, Haley. special recognitions. These are the member pins. And look at how many, we've got 193 new 5-year winners of the pin, 35 25-year members. This next page is pretty impressive, though. 30, 35. If you're on this list as a 30 or 35, well, let's start with the 30. If you're on the list of 30, please stand. All right. How about the list of 35-year employee members? Any of those here? Well, that's a heck of a deal, isn't it? We'll get you on the list. Renata, well, the lifetime members pay a little extra. If you're in the lifetime member, okay. Okay, so you might be just less than a year away from getting that. If you may not be on this list if you think you're a 35-year member because it's based on the time that they picked this. This is 2024 dates right here. So if you're a 35-year as of this year, you'll be in the next year category. The chapter of the year was awarded at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center during the spring symposium. Lindheimer chapter, they blew it out. A lot of work to get this. If you want to beat them next year, put the work in now. Membership contest. Winners are the Rio Grande Valley Greatest Growth in Numbers and the Wichita River, one of our newer chapters, Greatest Percentage Growth. So a round of applause for those. And Robert, I wanted to say, don't let them harp on you about having a deep bank account because that's not a bad thing. When you've got a county that'll give you $50,000 in one lick, pretty good. That's pretty good association to have there. Anyone from Wichita River here? That's in Wichita Falls. What about the Elm Creek chapter in Abilene? Anyone here? Okay, those are our two newest. And here we got a little advertising for them, the Elm Creek chapter, Taylor County, Abilene area. Galveston County chapter. Anyone here from Galveston County? Oh, they're at the NLCP class they're offering. Okay. And Meg, we couldn't have done this without all your help. So we want to give you thanks. Come on up, Meg. This may be her last year as executive director, but she will not be leaving us. She will still be around.
He's asking me if I want to say a word or two, but I have lots of words to say to you after this. Thank you very much. I do want to say that Native Plant Society is near and dear to my heart, and you all have really made this a special job for me. So I just want to thank you all for everything that you do for the society and keep on doing it. We're going to get a new ED in here with some fresh energy going and taking us in a different direction. I'm going to go get my rocking chair and yeah, no, I'll be working on my 2 acres. Thank you. So anyway, thank you so much. I just wanted to point out that we have a last minute schedule change. Shannon Brown, you probably all know Shannon Brown from EPA. She was pregnant and she wanted to do this so badly. She said, no, I can do it. This is her first child. Okay. And she, I'll just, hold the baby. And so we got around to just asking her a few weeks ago and saying, you sure you want to do this? I certainly remember how I felt at 2 weeks after delivery. And there's no way I could have gotten up on the stage and done anything. So we have found another speaker, Julie Feynman. She's walking there right now. She anticipated me saying this, I guess. She's with the Constellation of Living Memorials, and she spoke in our spring symposium. And since then, she's organized funding for the Native Plant Society of Texas chapters to apply to help cemeteries apply for grants. So if you have a cemetery that's in your area and you want to help them get a $500 grant towards installing native landscapes in the cemetery, and you want to be their sponsor chapter, then Julie's the one to talk to. She'll be giving a presentation this afternoon in Shannon Brown's place. I believe that's in the choir room at 1:15. Okay. So I am sincerely very proud of this initiative. We've been working with HEB for 2 years now, and they have embraced us with open arms. They're working hard with us. We get lots of feedback from our members, and we take it all into account and pass it on to HEB. They are truly sincere, supportive, wonderful partners that we have. And I just want to say this initiative, I think, has been a very positive move for native plants. And not to mention for our chapters as well. We get some exposures at the tabling events. So this past spring, we had 21, they sold 21 different species and over 300,000 plants, and at over 200 stores. And we had 75 volunteers tabling at 20 tables. And this year, or this fall, we've upped it to 25 stores and 16 chapters. So everybody's doing double duty, and I would like to encourage chapters to get out there and talk about your native plants at the HEB stores if you can possibly participate. I have to say, again, it always falls in October and April, our two busiest months of the year. So we're going to try to do a better job at giving you notice sooner about what the dates are going to be. Craig Bruska has been working really hard on the Native Seed Library program, and he has done a great job getting 42 seed libraries across Texas, and he's developed resources and set everything up. He went and spoke at the American Library Association last year and talked to a lot of librarians. He's done an awesome job, and I want to thank Craig for heading that group. Good job, Craig. We had fun. Laura Leggett has been a great vice president in the sense that she's got great ideas and we keep moving. She kept me on my toes this year. And we went up to the 45th anniversary of Texas's NIPSOT's Wildflower Day in April, and which is of course where it all started, up at the Texas Women's University. And so it was really a lot of fun, and Laura coordinated having Doug Tallamy come speak. It was really great to meet Doug Tallamy. He's a very sincere and approachable fellow and a good partner to us. We would like to promote the Get on the Map initiative with Homegrown National Park, which is Doug Tallamy's baby, basically. And a year ago, Tom Kerwin started, I have 5 minutes, okay, thank you. A year ago, Tom Kerwin started the challenge, I guess you would call it, of getting 500 landscapes associated with the Native Plant Society of Texas on the Get on the Map initiative. And we are getting close. Come on, we got to do this. I know you can do it. I think mine got lost in the shuffle, so I need to get on the stick and put mine, but we're up to 375. And the bookmarks, oh yes. Laura Leggett wants me to mention the bookmarks that well, basically Homegrown National Park created the bookmarks, and then we put our name on the other side with our logo, and we'll be handing those out at HEB. So we've got a double whammy as far as getting some recognition at the tabling events. Let me see what's next. You can tell we're all, and here is our memorial. And after the memorial, Ricky wants to say some last words. Every year we recognize members who have passed on.